Welcome back, folks. It's another great day here on Valiant Renegade. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. Share this sucker out on the social medias. And do leave a comment before you head out today. Because this is where Hollywood comes to get put through the business and financial lens of reality. It's time. Renegade Online. Woo! Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. I've not used this before. You know, it's backstage in StreamYard. I'm like, I got to use this thing. It doesn't loop. I guess I got to get a better one. That thing sucks. But good to be back here live on a Sunday afternoon. Live at 5 still, no matter what you say, because it's still 5 o'clock somewhere, like California. A very screwed up state. I feel bad for the boys and girls still living out there in that hellhole. Not that we do politics so much on here, but it's kind of hard to ignore the fact that our poor friends like Chris Gore out there who have been stumping for Spencer Pratt in Los Angeles to be the next mayor. If anybody wants to try to argue with me that California doesn't steal elections, okay, go for it. Yeah, no surprise there, but that's for another show, another topic. But live at 5 in California nonetheless. Get ready for 4 more years of Karen Bass out there, because that's what the government wants. And the government will get what it has. The people and the voters be damned. That is the hallmark of the left. But you know how we are here. Don't do politics, but it's kind of hard to avoid politics when Hollywood is so inexorably linked to it. That being said, we have a metric buttload of stuff to go through tonight. We got to talk about the box office. This is one of the wildest box offices I've ever seen. Certainly the wildest box office I've covered in my 5.5 years on YouTube. The way Hollywood is basically becoming unglued at this point, because you've got the You've got the glitterati of YouTube out there that are just basically taking over the box office. You have a $170 million production from Amazon that is abysmally failing this weekend. You have probably close to $200 million in real world, not fake bullshit numbers from Disney, real world numbers from Star Wars for Mandalorian and Grogu that is underperforming even my mathematically low expectations, which is astonishing. I mean, it's basically for Disney, it's even worse than I ever imagined in the last year. I thought it was bad. I had no idea how bad it was. And I know there's people out there that are like, oh, Valiant, we told you it'd do like $2 in the box office. Look, I get all that. And some of you guys are going to be more right than I was. Granted. However, sitting in this chair, doing what I do, I've got to call balls and strikes. And I've got to put math behind everything that I look at. Yes, there are gut instincts. There are components of learned intuition. But I've still got to go with what the numbers say up front. And the numbers said a year ago that Mandalorian and Grogu was going to do something similar to what Fantastic Flop did, which was like $550 million. And I said, I think there's at least enough undercurrent of goodwill to where it should outperform that, but no more than $100 million past. God, was I wrong. Oh, Val, you never come back to you. I was wrong. It happens. I'm a human being. But the reason I was wrong is because I completely overestimated what a bag of absolute dog poo that the normies had turned Star Wars into insofar as any type of interest. And it's more devastating, frankly, than Masters of the Universe. We'll get to that. We will get to that. Let me get these off. I had these on today. Been a long day. Had a lot of stuff going on. Started the show about 10 minutes later than usual just because I needed an extra little buffer in there. I actually was just eating dinner for the first time I've eaten anything today about 10 minutes before we got going. So good to see everybody out there. Smash the like button. Do the share button thing. All that good stuff. If you're not subscribed, get your ass subscribed. Look, I did not expect at all. I had no expectations today that we would have such a robust audience that would watch the Masters of the Universe video that I dropped about 5 hours ago, 6 hours ago. I thought like this video is probably not going to do that well because there is so little interest in Motu. There's so little interest in He-Man. And I laid out all the reasons in the video why this movie failed. And it was backed up by evidence collected at the box office this weekend. So go watch it. We'll talk a little bit more about that tonight. But something told me, a year or 2 years ago, whenever we first saw, they're making a Masters of the Universe. They're making a He-Man movie again. I'm like, this is so way too late. Way too damn late. It's a dead franchise. It's a totally dead franchise. It's been a dead franchise since 20 years ago at least. I understand there's still a lot of very hardcore fans out there of Masters of the Universe and He-Man and all. That's fine. But it's kind of like the hardcore fans out there for He-Man and Masters of the Universe are basically as small of an audience numerically as like fans of Disney Star Wars nowadays. The Acolyte, or it is what it is. And that is not a middle finger to Motu as an IP in any way. It's just a pure mathematical analysis, tit for tat, talking about commercial viability like we usually do here. It is what it is. That being said, Masters of the Universe was pretty fun. Pretty damn fun. Everybody seems to talk about it. We're going to have some guests come in tonight. Wizard is going to be here, real life fake Wizard. I believe our buddy Blaine from Criticless will be hopping in here in the not too distant future. We're going to have a chat tonight about some of this stuff. And of course, we're just going to kind of have a real chill show. We're going to talk about a few things. Netflix. I don't know if you caught this. This was the other big story I want to talk about. Netflix. Oh. Netflix's head of studio. He had to have gotten a phone call Thursday from Ted Sarandos at Netflix for his comments in an interview. Because by God, if we didn't trust Netflix when it came to theatrical releases, especially when they were making a play on Warner Brothers, I don't know if there was a bigger shitting of the bed by a Netflix C-suite executive as there was this past week. What an absolute F-up. A total F-up by Netflix. Man. Yeah, they let the cat out the bag. And you guys know me. I have been a champion of Netflix from the purely business management perspective. I've got a lot of mad respect for Netflix and how they've operated that business. We can have our disagreements, or I, of course, will have my druthers about certain Netflix content that has been released. right? I don't think we need to name names here. We all know what these shows are. And we'll all agree on those shows. But from a pure business standpoint and how they built that empire, a lot of respect for them. And of course, you've heard me say before, Netflix is fine as long as it stays in its lane. Netflix didn't want to stay in its lane. And they're pissing all over the sidewalk. This was a bad idea. Bad idea. So we'll see. Let's get into some of the box office here before the guests step in. Matter of fact, screw that. Let's get to some super chats. You guys are being generous. Send them on in. I'm going to read them right now. So if you want to get your super chats read and addressed early, now's a good time. Juliet, thank you for the 5 British pound sterling. Thank you, dear. Evening VR and Valientes. Juliet, one of our amazing moderators out there. As is Oraxis, our constant North Star here, who gifted 5 Valiant Renegade channel memberships. Thank you. Good, sir. Good to see you. Packing Protons for 2. Another day, another week. Let's move on. We're here. William Thompson as a 32-month member. Count them, all 32 months. Nobody, for God's sake, ruin Motu for me. I'm going to go see it. Are you going to see it tonight, William? You going to see it tomorrow? It's a lot of fun. Go see it. It's just fun. It's just dumb popcorn fun. I know there's people out there that didn't like it. And it's okay. I don't take this that personally. But it's a lot of fun. It really is. And we'll talk about it more in just a bit when some of the other guys get here. And look, I mean, like Fake Wizard had a lot of critiques on the movie, as did other people. So again, we can have an open discussion. Guy, I don't usually do movie reviews here. But every now and again, I will dabble in the review side of things because it was something I wanted to go see, or it's something I did see and I want to talk about it. Hey, the name of the channel is Valiant Renegade, not I'm here to, do whatever you want. I'm here to do what I want. But that's why I think this audience loved this show. Medmutt for 10. I've seen 2 trailers for The Furious. Looks like Taken meets The Raid. I've not seen these trailers. Like another Fast and the Furious movie? I'm game. Perfect for an old, toxic, white, misogynistic male who likes over-aggressive revenge plots like me. My type of movie. My type of movie, baby. Medmud gifted 5 Valiant Renegade channel memberships. Thank you, good sir. You are outstanding. Daniel Alpine for 10. This is my last super chat because I need a break from any news for a while because people close to me said that it's having a bad effect on my psyche and it developed into OCD. Sorry. Hey, man, take care of yourself. We appreciate you watching. We appreciate you being here. You can like it. You can share it. Be in the chat. We love the super chats. They definitely help pay the bills. But we're never going to browbeat anybody or require this as a requisite for watching the show. Daniel Alpine, thank you for always being such a great friend and support of this channel. And, dude, we totally understand. There's no explanation needed. God bless you. Ham the Third says for a 40-month membership, so I've been getting into the VTuber world with Skybros or Skybrows crew, I guess. I really hope the best for Ace in Iran and hope he finds his way to his girl in India. I've got to look this one up. I'm genuine. I mean, I appreciate the sentiment. Thank you for being a member. I just don't understand, and don't take that personally. You know me. A lot of times I go read these chats and I'm like, I'm a little lost. I appreciate the support, and I wish I could address this better. But I've got to look this up. I'm not into the VTuber space, so that's probably part of it. But Ham, you're always such an awesome supporter on the channel. Thank you so very much. Dave Chandler says 13 months Valiant and crew. Keep us ahead of the game. Box office dollars are a true indicator of success. Disney Star Wars spends money they don't make back. Yeah, but Disney's excuse is always the flywheel. Got my flywheel. My flywheel. Because then people come to the parks and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, nobody's going to Galaxy's Edge. Nobody cares. Marcus says for $5, thank you for wrenching out there, dude. William, have a great time at Motu. I hear Tom Connors gave it a rousing review. Yeah, I couldn't help but put a clip of Tom's Motu rant in today's video where I covered the financials of Motu. Tom needs a break. I love Tom to death. He needs a break from the internet. He genuinely does. Just out of pure concern for his health. Like, we're all passionate about the stuff we talk about. And Tom is always passionate about the things that he loves and or hates. I know Tom had a lot of qualms going into this movie long before it came out. And I guess what he saw was a verification or a confirmation of everything that he had in his head before he went to go see it. Be that as it may, that's all fine and good, but Tom needs a breather. And I say that again, I can't stress this enough. I say that as a friend to Tom. He needs a breather from this. Take care of yourself, dude. Take care of yourself. We can't get this bent out of shape over, pardon my French, a fucking movie. It's too much. Take care of yourself, dude. Spoiler, He-Man has a Luke and Leia thing going on with She-Ra. Oh my God. The three-way with Teela and She-Ra was awesome. Did you see that sex scene? William, you'll love it. It's all bullshit. I'm joking. I'm joking. Blaine, did you see that three-way sex scene?
You know, it was fantastic. That's the only reason I watched the movie.
So
good. So good. Love it.
I know. Crimson Splat, 17 months. So what did Netflix do to that poor Poochie? I hadn't heard anything on this. Wait, what did Netflix do to the in dog Pooch? What did I do? You're going to have to help me. Wait, was this in reference to a previous super chat? I have to go back and look. Packing says for $5, Tom is just saying what fans of 70s and 80s properties are feeling. I'm not that pissed off anymore. I'm just tired. Hashtag Team Tom. I tell you what, before I go to the box office, since this is up, you saw this, I saw this. We both had our review. In fact, let me pull this up. Guys, for those of you, some of you may not know, but you should. This is Blaine from Criticless. And, Criticless, a great website, growing like a weed. I'm trying to get more regular with posting reviews and whatnot on Criticless, although I can't promise you I'm going to be that consistent because I'm an idiot. But I'm going to do my best. But it's a great website. You saw it. I saw it. You and I are about the same age. I was born in the late 70s. I'm Gen X. I watched this movie. I took my son to this movie. We could probably both make some complaints on it, but my theater was laughing and clapping and cheering. Everybody was having a blast watching this movie.
Yeah. I mean, my theater was completely full and everybody had a great time. I was excited for this. I mean, now granted, I'm one of those that also, it depends on what part of the fandom you talk to. I love the 80s film. It's super cheesy too. Like, it is not really that much of a Masters of the Universe film either. But
it's not a Masters of the Universe, but it's like Howard the Duck. It's like
Right.
You know what? I can still go back and watch it to this day and appreciate it for what it was and still have fun with it. Do I mean, oh my God, that was the definitive He-Man? No,
Right.
Not even remotely. But here's a bad movie in the 80s is still better than most of the moderate to good movies that we consider today.
That's the truth. Yeah, that is the absolute
so
truth.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's like with Jay on Monday Hangover. We do a ton of 80s stuff, and it's like the more we do and just some of this retro stuff, I'm like, man, so much of our modern stuff blows. And so, I mean, I don't know. In my opinion, this movie was way better than it could have. Like, it could have gone much worse, I guess is the better way to put that. Like, as far as the world building, character design, all that stuff, it felt committed to me, and it worked.
Yeah, I really do. Wait, did I? Sorry. I've had the sniffles all day. I was outside work. It's been so humid the last week here. Nonstop rain. So I'm getting my sniffle time of the year. William Thompson, I hate y'all for $2. Is it us or is it the chat? Because did we spoil? I don't think we spoiled anything other than to say that we had a lot of fun at this movie. So hopefully not us. And thank you, Ruby Who, for gifting a Valiant Renegade channel membership. God bless you both. William, I'm sorry if I inadvertently spoiled something, but yeah. So here's the website. This is just my profile over there. Criticless on the main page. It's fans, y'all, everybody in the chat should go sign up. Make a Criticless account. If everybody's pissed off and sick and tired of Rotten Tomatoes and stuff like that, this is where you go. This is where you go.
Yep.
Hell of a website. And again, I put up my review of Motu. And
It's loading slow.
Yeah, I don't know why
What's
all of a
going on?
sudden decided to. Oh well. Let
Yeah,
try to
mine's
reboot
working
it.
well. No,
Okay.
you're good. Yeah, because that's why I was wondering. Well, we've
There we
turned
go.
into a thing where I think I've become a target. When I pop on certain shows, we start to get bot attacks. So it's been a weird trend of late. But yeah, we're the site is really growing. It's taken off. There's so many everybody from this community and this kind of side of the internet, the space is on it and using it. And I'll tell you, like watching our main scores, they tend to stick with the general consensus, like with how our rating scale works and everything. And it shocks
Right.
me every time. Now, I don't know if it's changed. This Masters of the Universe score has been going up and up for the past
It
several
has.
days.
I think wasn't it like when everybody started kind of cutting in on Masters, it was at like what 58, 60?
Yeah, it was low. It was in the low 50s early. It was like 55 or something. Now it's at 69.
It's 60.
So-
Well, okay, I didn't look today. So that has gone up substantially.
Yeah.
From Wednesday, Thursday.
All these recent reviews have been rads and most excellents. We're not getting a lot of the low stuff anymore, which a lot of the people that wanted to be mad and or were mad, we call them like the low effort shit missiles is what we call them around our parts.
I saw that.
the low text, very low score stuff. They all came in early and then it kind of stopped. And so the scores have been pretty good for the past couple days.
Yeah, and I like Tom and some others are it's woke or this. I didn't see a lot of woke stuff in there. I didn't get that. I just
No.
It was just fun. I mean, again, is it a perfect movie? No, but it was still a hell of a lot of fun. So just encouraging everybody to get over there to Criticless. But let's talk about some of the box office side of things here, because there's some other stuff that everybody's been posting on Criticless from that perspective. Some of these other movies out here that have been huge surprises, and I think Fake Wizard probably should be along here in a few moments. But talking about this was scary movie, and it's funny is like everybody I have heard. All the same people that were like, I went to go see Masters of the Universe, and we were pleasantly surprised at how much fun, and I'm going to use the keyword fun, it was, who also went to go see Scary Movie and were like, God, that sucked. But look at what's on the top of the box office,
This one kind of surprised me. Our Criticless audience for this one has not been, most people are not too crazy about it either. It's got a 41%, so it's a low decent. It's just about to be in the bogus.
Huge fan of the original movie. I mean, it was I was Gen X. I mean, we had Scream in 97. We got Scary Movie a few years later. I mean, that was in the era of American Pie and all this stuff. This was when like guys like you and me were 20 to 25 years old. I mean, this was bread and butter. Yeah. And it's like the new one is it's like Scary Movie 6 Cash Grab Boogaloo. It's like I haven't seen it, but that's the impression I'm getting from a lot of people who have.
Yeah, there was a lot of folks in Criticless that I expected would be hyping this thing up, and we're getting like heinouses and folks like low scores. So I'm just like, I think I'm not gonna watch this. I was excited when they first started announcing it. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be pretty cool. And then stuff started coming through, and I'm like, maybe not. Maybe I won't. I don't know if it's just that they're like playing it too overly safe, or it's just like a lot of the same kind of repeated jokes from the previous parts of the franchise. But this franchise has been kind of diminishing returns forever anyways. Like if you look at the first two. They're the ones that everybody loves, and then the like three after that, nobody was crazy about.
Yeah. I mean, again, I haven't seen it, so I can't make a real comment on, you know, how good or bad it was. Here's the thing. This is one of those that's unlike Masters of the Universe that's going to lose a shitload of money. Let's be honest. But I mean, 105 million opening weekend, which is crazy for this. I think 30, I was going to say 35 million, $30 million it cost to make this, which is honestly, it's probably way more than it should cost to make a movie like this. And I think the only reason it cost 30 million is because of the money they, you know, Paramount paid the Wayans brothers a lot of extra jack to come in and do this. Probably 20 million of this just went straight into the Wayans brothers' pockets. You know, I feel like that's the case. Again, I haven't seen it, but I can't imagine because there doesn't need to be that much production value in this.
Right.
$30 million. I don't know if they spent another 30 million even advertising this thing. It's basically, if it hasn't already made its money back, because this is one of those movies you don't need a lot. It's a parody of a horror franchise. You need some real cheap social media jazz out there, and this is what you get. It's like everybody knows what Scary Movie is, at least the Gen Xers. And honestly, for Scary Movie coming out on the same weekend as Masters of the Universe, you had two movies that were perfectly set apart from one another, counter programming, that were drawing the exact same Gen X pool of demo.
Yep.
And Scary Movie won. I mean, like, why? I mean, $55 million domestically, Blaine. That's what Motu made over the entire planet of Earth.
That's wild. I think also the other thing too is this can pull in the millennials. This still pulled a good chunk of millennials too. Whereas Masters of the Universe, that one even still dodged the vast majority of the millennials for like when it was popular, right? Like this was still, you're catching high schoolers and stuff for millennials. So you probably still got a lot of those people coming back for it. That's the only thing I can guess as far as the numbers. Because I mean, I was not expecting this to do that kind of numbers.
You know, there were tracking websites, Blaine, weeks ago that were like, I think it's everything I've seen for almost a month between Scary Movie and Motu. I've never seen a point anywhere in the month of tracking from places like Sean Robbins and Box Office Theory where Motu ever was remotely close to overtaking Scary Movie. They were always at least 10 million apart domestically opening weekend. And it got exacerbated. And again, in the video that I put out today in the chat, I kind of want to hear from you guys. Cause again, more than doing, let's do a movie review, which again, I don't really do here on the live show so much, but just from a financial analysis, my point today on the video that I put out 5-6 hours ago now regarding Motu was that the movie was 10 years too late. And that's what really killed it. And I backed that up with data that was collected over the weekend with exit polling from theaters that Deadline often produces. And I'll pull it up again. Oh, I see we got Wizard here. Hang on one second, dude. Let me bring you. I got to switch over here. This was the article, Scary Movie Roars, Global Franchise, 105 Worldwide, Masters of the Universe, No Muscle with 54. And the part that I brought up here was this. And I want to read this. I want to get Wizard. What's going on, dude?
What's up, guys? How we doing?
What up, dude?
Are you massaging your microphone right now? It's just I heard
Good?
thump. I heard
right.
Yeah.
He's going for that like beard ASMR. You know, he's just gonna
Well, it
rub
says
a
live
on
from
it.
a New York City gas station, so I'm trying my best.
It's all right. It could be worse. Jay went live from his toilet the other day, and we heard him flushing it. So
Why am
Did
I
he
not
really?
surprised?
Why did I not
Yeah.
hear about this?
oh, it was great. It was on Monday Hangover where he was like, "Oh, sorry about that."
Oh no! Oh God!
there are things
I
that are
called
said-
Jay this afternoon and asked him if he wanted to come by tonight because he and I, we don't get to hang out much on streams. And he's like, "I'm over here right now." He was on. I don't think I'm gonna spoil anything with this. He was out having fun today on a golf course or something like that. So,
Oh,
was like,
Mr.
well,
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, I wanted to bring this up. Global Cume on the $170 million Amazon Studio feature production, Motu was not good. No denying that, right? 25 million overseas, 29, almost 30 million domestically. This is what I brought up in the video today. Okay. And I know, Wizard, you had some critiques on this as well. The new generation didn't show up for this film. And this was my point. And I broke this down in the video, and the numbers were here. This is exactly what I feared coming into this movie. The old men, I'm an old man. Blaine's kind of an old man too. The old, there. At least in the context of this, the old men who showed up for this film and savored it as kids in the 1980s, with 45 to 54 being the biggest demo. I'm 47. 29%. That's a huge. How many times do we hear 45 to 54-year-olds being the biggest demo on the opening weekend of any film? It's hardly ever, okay? But it was for this. This is the kicker. Kids under 12 repped 5%, and 13 to 17-year-olds was 6%. Boom. That tells me that for every one 45 to 54-year-old, and I think I said 5 in the video, sorry, it's actually for every 1 out of 6, meaning for every 6 45 to 54-year-olds that went to go see this, one of them brought their kid. 1 out of 6. And that's the problem. It's not that I'm not going to bring my kids to go see this because they won't like it. It's the fact that the kids are aged out. My youngest is 15 years old. Like, he's on the extreme older end. He's out of the zeitgeist for He-Man because we all grew up loving it as 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 8-year-olds, 10-year-olds. My oldest 2 kids are 21 and 19-year-old girls. Even if I had all 3 boys, they had already aged out. And I'm on the low end of the 45 to 54 spectrum. Imagine the 54-year-olds. All their kids are like 20 plus. This is the point. You did not have a multi-generational grab here to where even though us 45-year-old Gen X, hey, let's go take a roll down nostalgia lane and go watch this movie, which again, theaters were raucous. They were applauding. They were cheering. I heard this from, I don't know, like a dozen of y'all that went to go see this. Everybody was posting this on X. Like, most people seem to have a really good time watching this and had a blast. Okay, yes, it had its problems, but most people seem to have a blast with it. It was dumb fun. But nobody brought their kids because their kids had already aged out.
Yep.
Like, it's not like Star Wars where it's like dads and grandpas would bring their little kids. This movie hit like this window, this void, where it was like at the perfectly wrong time. And had this movie come out 10 to 15 years ago when it was originally intended to, because this movie's been passed around like a joint at a frat party for the last 15 years, and it finally made it out with Amazon MGM. But if it had come out 10 to 15 years ago, I think we'd have a very different situation box office-wise here. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. Am I crazy? But I think, like, the numbers here are telling me what I
yes,
kind of
you
suspected.
are, but that's a different topic.
I'm always crazy. Yeah. But go ahead, Wizard. Yeah.
Yeah, look, the problems with the movie aside, I mean, obviously people say like you're reading too far into it. I'm like, I don't think anybody else is reading into it enough. That's a different conversation. The fact of the matter is, the people that went to see this movie is all of us.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
That's us, the problem.
And
that's
like
the problem.
Our kids and our parents and and our grandparents, and it's us. It is like the ultra super nerd of super nerds. Yeah. They did and you know who I blame for that? The same people I blame for Transformers 1 failing, the same people I blame for Sheep Detectives failing. The marketing team failed this movie. The marketing team and their trailers were terrible. The final trailer was good, but it was too little too late, because the first time you had it out there, I mean, look, I did a trailer review. I talked about how this movie wasn't going to make money. Immediately after that first trailer hit, I said, this is done, because you looked at how much the production budget is. Now you compare that to what the actual trailer was and how it divided audiences right from the get on a he-him joke. You were done.
Yeah.
You were done. So the audience that you needed to foster, and this is also something I think is interesting when it comes to Amazon specifically, because Amazon is trying really, really hard to get Gen Alpha interested in their properties. This movie was for Gen Alpha, and they didn't market to Gen Alpha. They marketed to a 4-quadrant demographic. They marketed the same way they try, like not even the same way. I wouldn't even give them that much credit. They had the theory of marketing it like Barbie, but then didn't even market it like Barbie.
Yeah.
So shame on them. Fire your marketing team.
Oh, 100%. Because that's the thing. And I've seen it with my kids because I have young kids. I have a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old. And I took both of them. They loved it. My daughter didn't even want to go. I freaking drug her to this movie, and she walked out liking it as much as my son did. They both loved it. They had a blast. And that was the thing where I'm like, okay, well, this is a win. If she's going home, didn't want to see it, and is putting the movie poster on her wall and is excited about it and like telling her friends to go see it, that's a big win.
That is really cool. Not going to lie.
Yeah.
But you the family dynamic like that. That's awesome.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. And so it's like that's clearly working, but what they weren't doing is like how they just added the characters to Fortnite. They should have done that months ago, right? They should have been leaning into 100%. The memes and stuff instead of the past couple weeks of leaning into the memes. In every video game that you could have added these characters in, they should have been in those damn video games. In every weird meme, you should have had all these people in the cast making these memes and making commercials out of it and putting it on YouTube and everywhere else and leaning into what they were clearly marketing to in the actual film itself. They should have been marketing that for months, and they didn't. And so
Amazon, I was going to say Amazon could have been, and I don't know where the licensing rights currently lie, but it would have been a really good and frankly comparably very dirt cheap investment on Amazon's part to secure the rights to the old 80s TV show, for example, get it onto Prime, and over push it, like hyper push it in the algorithms for the last at least 2 to 3 months on Amazon, especially when kids log in. Because I mean there is a young demo that's on Amazon Prime because they do have a lot of content out there for kids, but it just wasn't there. And then when you compound that with the fact that, again, this movie came out 10 years too late. And this is one of the interesting kind of case studies as a business analyst, to where it's a friggin' mess of a flop. There's no denying this. But at the same time, Amazon always has that asterisk next to it because it's streamer first, and they have more cash flow to just piss away than Disney, Paramount, Warner Brothers, Sony, Universal combined times 10. So it's like, they just decided that 2026 is the year that Amazon decided we're going to go balls to the wall, 12 movies a year theatrical release. And I don't know if Masters of the Universe was just kind of scooped up, and I don't know what the negotiations were. How much money did Amazon really have in the ground on this versus Mattel? And the reason I say that, and it's been a little struggle to kind of find the answer because, again, this movie has been passed around to so many studios, it's so hard to figure out. Hasbro, Transformers was brought up, right? That's been done traditionally for the last 20 years, whatever they've been doing. Paramount, I think, has been doing Transformers, if not mistaken. It's always been a partnership.
Yes.
So like Hasbro puts up, so like if you say, well, this Transformers movie cost $200 million, it's been a partnership where Paramount has co-financed like $100 million of it, and Hasbro put up $100 million of it. And Hasbro, even when the movies would not do that well in the latter iterations, like Transformers 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever that was, Hasbro still reported, because we tracked the financial reporting. Hasbro would always say, well, every time we put out a Transformers movie, we have an additional $250 million of revenue, sales, like money, cash flows that come back to Hasbro in a year that we put out a Transformers movie, because it just still pumps out more toys. I don't think, and this is my point, that I talked about this in the video today, the problem is I don't think this happened for Mattel at all. They've got, this is Mattel. I'm on the Mattel website, the Mattel shop. And here's the headline. I mean, you've got all these Motu toys. This is, I didn't search He-Man. I just went to Mattel's website. What's on the Mattel shop? It's all headlining He-Man toys. So my point in my video today, go back and watch it if you haven't, was, yeah, Amazon's going to take a bath on this. But from an interesting case study in terms of business, Mattel is the one really eating the turd here. Because they probably, even if Amazon paid every penny of the production cost of this, where Mattel did nothing but just, hey, we'll give you the movie rights, you make it, you put it out, we're going to sell toys. Mattel probably spent at least as much as Amazon did prepping all this shit to get it out. And ain't nobody buying the toys. It's like Grogu.
I guess I have two questions. So the first, well, really one's a statement, one's a question. So there was that minor report, and we talked about it very briefly, but like that allegedly Amazon is saying that they're happy with this. Is there any other kind of credibility? Like they're happy with the box office returns so far for Masters of the Universe, even though they're losing $100 million. Is there any feasibility to that? Were they? Oh, did they know this was going to be a stinker? You know, is this, because now I'm literally asking from a place of ignorance. Like, what is the sell here? Is this just a backdoor She-Ra? Like, is that really what it is? Because that's what it feels like. You know, there's She-Ra toys available already, and She-Ra's in the final. Like, she's Thanos from 2012. There's no actress really assigned to her. It's just a stand-in. So. Yeah. I don't know what the spin is here that could possibly work. This thing is bleeding money, and also with the toys. Somebody sent to me earlier. There's a female Hordak toy. Now, for those of you who know who Hordak is, that's the Skeletor equivalent from She-Ra. So we're not only doing we're not only doing race changes with this. We're doing gender changes too, if that's legit. And I'm like, what are we doing, Amazon?
Yeah. And again, I never said that the movie was completely devoid of some questionable things, but like in the long, I remember sitting there watching it, and I'm like, it's fun, and I'm having a good time. The audience is laughing, engaged in it, and I know not everybody's opinion was like, and that's fine. I'm cool with that, but you know, to me, it's just I'm talking about the money aspect here tonight mostly.
With that kind of. Is it woke or not, kind of a thing too. On Criticalist, we have a political bias meter. I went to look, and I'm kind of, because I'm seeing it come up in the chat and elsewhere and whatever. It's at none. By over half the people that have reviewed it have put in a rating for the political bias meter, and it's still sitting at none. So I think for most people, that's the thing, is it wasn't enough to jump out at them and be an issue, right? And I mean, and that's the thing, is that the vast majority of our users come from this side of the internet.
Do you know why it's hard to take the numbers and this has nothing to do with Criticalist. Do you know why it's hard to take the numbers at face value, Blaine? Because no one saw the movie, so we don't have enough of a variable size to run it against. We would need more people to have seen it.
Well, and look, Wizard, you bring up an excellent point, and let me compare it to something recent for the audience so they can understand. Because I want this to be as abundantly fair as I can. You're right. The sample size for this in terms of reaction is relatively small. But that being said, when you look at the demographics based from, and I'm going to go back to this Deadline article so I can show everybody here what I'm talking about. When I go back to this Deadline article and we look at here, old men who savored it in the 45 to 54 being the biggest demo at 29. Now, let's be honest. People our age, Blaine, we don't tend to run around on the internet and bot and grift and waste our time like simping for shit. It's just not what we do. We're not, Gen X is not that demo. However, to Wizard's point, we're a small demo when it comes to reviewing this. So the people reviewing it are the ones that were already kind of predispositioned to go to see it because we remember it from our childhood. And then B, as long as we weren't overtly offended or outright bored, we're going to have a good time seeing it if it was handled at least modestly properly. Versus, Wizard, and this is my point, see what you think of this, versus on the converse, where we talk about an extremely small or increasingly smaller year by year demographic that is going to go out there and shill, not from the 45 to 54-year-old Gen X group, but from the 18 to 30-year-old Gen Alpha, Gen Z, millennial type that is still shilling for Disney Star Wars,
Right.
that is going to push something like Mando and Grogu up the ranks. Because, I mean, look, I'm sorry, there's like, we followed it for years. The shilling online, especially on places like RT, Rotten Tomatoes, for Disney Star Wars and X, the multitude of bot accounts are orders of magnitude bigger than anything that is going on with a movie like this. So this is why when I look at these things, I do look at them on kind of a holistic approach, like where on the spectrum does this land with how the public, or what demographic of the public is really going into this versus, are we just really getting botted bullshit here? You know, so this is kind of one of those things. But yeah, again, to Wizard's point, it is a very small sample size because we are predispositioned to want to go see this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely part of it. I mean, I think that's where Criticless is fantastic, because hey, these are the people that actually did see it, providing their own insight. It's just like, no one else is going to see it.
Right.
All.
Well, yeah, it's literally just this
it.
side of the. Yeah, it's pretty much like this side of the internet, which and that is the thing that surprised me, is because I've been watching all the reviews come through and stuff. So many people are literally like, "Man, I thought I was gonna hate this. I heard so and so say it was shit. You know, whatever. I went to see it and I didn't hate it." And that was kind of the thing where I'm not like I wasn't over the moon about it. I do find myself, I kind of keep thinking about it and I kind of want to see it again. But like when I got out, I was disappointed. I was like, man, that freaking Marvel humor, man. Like, can we stop?
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
it killed it for me.
And let me say this. That's the part that I 100% agree on with Wizard, was that there were moments in there that I wanted to be moments that got undercut. And I, even to the first time, and I thought Jared Leto I really enjoyed his performance as Skeletor.
I thought he was great.
And again, going in there, I'm like, well, look, you're making a movie like this. You cannot have 2 hours of, hey, man, you cannot have that high-pitched, cartoonish Skeletor that was, you maybe got him for 2 to 4 minutes in an episode back in the 80s. You cannot have 45 minutes to an hour of that Skeletor. It does not translate.
No.
I thought it was really good. But at the same time, there were those moments. I really like when he first appeared in the movie and he walked in, and it was epic. It was great cinematography. You had a lot of practical effects, real costumes. Granted, his face was animated. I get that. But kudos to the production team for doing everything they could at every turn to create practical in-camera effects, including a lot of the sets and set pieces, as opposed to let's have all the actors stand in front of green screens for 90 days and just put it in post. It looked really, really cool. But like, he starts laughing at the sky and it was the clip that came out before the movie, and he drops his hand. He goes, "That's this climax, that's what I'm like, do that later. Don't do it right when I meet." I mean, little moments like that. And then of course the certain soundtrack from a certain band that ripped in, and everybody in the theater was like, yeah. And then it was like you got that comedy moment that kind of cut it at the end, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, you're like, dang it, why? You didn't need to do it.
Yeah, I'm like,
if there is going to be, and I know there's a lot of there's disgruntled people out there, there's people that love it. What's going to happen is this movie's going to hit VOD, it's going to hit Blu-ray, and there's going to be some YouTuber that takes this and recuts it.
Yeah.
And then I think everyone's going to love it, because inside of this is a 9 out of 10 He-Man movie, but there is so much holding it back, and you could cut it out. There are 6 writers that were attached to this, and you can tell, because for every instant He-Man starts to be a little heroic and a little more, he's like gaining, that key word that they love to use, agency. He's taking agency. There is somebody there with a red crayon to scratch it out of the script and slam him back down.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, it's far from being a perfect film, but like I said, I had Renegade Jr. with me, 15 years old, and he was laughing and enjoying it the whole time. And I mean, he really had no real major exposure to He-Man Masters of the Universe before this week. He's probably seen a few episodes. He's aware of the franchise, but it wasn't one of those things that was high up the pecking order when he was growing up. Not by design, just by happenstance. It just was the way it was. And again, that's what I go back to. I think that's the biggest problem for this movie is that, as you guys pointed out correctly, I believe that the marketing for this really was the fail, and they were already starting on their back foot because this movie was 10 years too late, as it were. Let me grab some super chats here. We got some other box office I kind of want to cover. Not too much that I think we have to go through tonight, but that was kind of the big part of it. Packing Proton says for 10, lost my sister's senior dog. Oh no. Just as tough as losing my own dog 20 years ago. Oh God, I hate that. I had to put my oldest dog down a few years ago, and it's like a knife in my heart. Would be nice to have a family of my own to have some joy with to compensate, but my last date was 25 years ago. Well, Packing Protons, man, take care of yourself. Don't get down on yourself, for stuff like that. God's always out there. You always got friends. Don't let your life and your happiness be dependent upon anybody other than yourself. Be my best advice to you, because you're a good dude. Ham the Third says for 5, it's incredible that Superman did more than all the other Marvel movies did that year. They had 3 chances to get over Superman's box office, and nope. Yeah, and we were talking about that last year. And look, Superman, I remember watching it, and I wasn't over the moon about it. It was okay. I had a lot of complaints about the movie, but I remember walking out of there going, it was fun. And I even said, I posted that online. I said, yeah, it was fun, sort of, but I had fun, but it wasn't like a big enthusiast. I'll put it this way. I was a lot more enthusiastic with the fun that I had at Motu than Superman. I had a lot more fun with Motu. William Thompson says for 5, I'm probably going to see it sometime next week. I don't care about Tom's rant. Look, God, I get it. Everybody, some people loved it, some people hated it. Tom was really upset by it, and that's cool for me. And like I said earlier in the show, it's like Tom needs a little break. I'm genuinely worried about him because he gets so emotional and hyped up over this stuff. And I like most people out there, I saw the clip and everything. I'm like, my first reaction was, holy shit. Like he's gonna have a medical event. He needs to chill. Like I will send Tom money to let him go on a vacation if he can get away for a week and just chill out. Because that's my biggest concern. Tom, can have his disagreements with the movie and hate it, and I don't care. I don't give a shit. It's fine. It doesn't bother me one bit. But let's not get that angry. Like personally angry just over a movie. Packing Protons for 5. Motu fans have been shit on as badly as TMNT fans have. Well, yeah. Okay, your next part of this sentence. Kevin Smith, woke Ra in Princess of Power. Now this. It's too much degrading. Okay. I'm going to make this. Blaine, go ahead. Is there any comparison between the Kevin Smith Netflix shit and this?
Dude, no, this is not like what Kevin Smith did. No, this is not like what Kevin Smith did was a freaking bastardization of this entire series. Like I wouldn't get near that with a 10-foot pole. This, I think, for most people, is landing much, much better.
Yeah, it seems to be. And people are talking about, well, it got a cinema score of B or B- for Motu. Okay, Scary Movie has a C- or something like that this weekend. It's
the cinema score thing's weird anyways. I don't really even trust that. It's so, I'm like, it's only pulling from AMC theaters. It's only in major cities. You don't know what cities they are. Has any of you ever been polled by them? I sure as shit haven't.
It's mostly places like New York and Los Angeles.
Right.
And again, so that those are demographics that are, let's face it, not terribly representative of the vast majority of the rest of the country.
Right.
So that's why I always I look at the cinema score, and again, just like oh God, what's the I haven't even talked about him in a while. I can't remember it. Samba TV, right? Mm-hmm. Samba TV for a few years was this big hot, we're tracking streaming numbers and all this kind of crap. Until I explained to people, I'm like, Samba's numbers are kind of mostly bullshit. You can't use them to compare. Like, this was the actual viewership of a show.
An analytics firm that's lying, VR? Say it ain't so.
Oh, no. Well, at least Samba TV is better than Parrot. Parrot Analytics is complete and utter bullshit. But Samba, like when I told people, like, the good thing with Samba is they do actually have real measurements of what people are watching, because they have that program that's embedded in a lot of people's smart TVs if they elect when they buy it to turn it on, right? So Samba as a measurement, is not great unless you simply look at Samba TV numbers to compare to other Samba TV numbers. So, for example, you're not going to get a real viewership number for House of the Dragon from Samba they're gonna come out in like the next 2-3 weeks, right? But if Samba says we measured 5 million people that watched House of the Dragon, and at the same time Samba measured 4 million people that watched the series finale of Stranger Things. I'm making these numbers up, guys. This is just for academic purposes. That's not the real numbers of people that watched, but historically what you can say is, well, probably what Samba did capture is not the raw numbers, but the fact that there was probably a 20% higher audience for House of the Dragon than there was Stranger Things in that fictitious, and I do mean fictitious, example. Does that make sense? Yeah. So that's where you look at it from that standpoint. And then we got Sean out there. What's up, Sean? Member for 28 months. Tom speaks for himself. He wanted a mini comic Motu. To offset Tom on Criticless, I gave it a 100. I saw you comment. I think Sean commented on my review of it too. Because the movie was good, it had lots of Easter eggs for fans like me, and it was a lot of fun. And Sean, actually, I'm pretty sure, I think Sean is either about my age or a couple of years older. But thank you for being here, dude. Appreciate you, man. And thanks for chiming in. William Thompson says for 10, I hope they have a She-Ra Teela romantic scene. See, we said that earlier. There's a three-way. There's a right. She-Ra Teela three-way. No, there's really not. Mm-hmm. We just made
Oh my.
Oh my. Romantic scene. Teela has some cake. I will give her that. That costume and that booty in that costume. Everybody.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Flat.
Oh, yeah.
Even like Flash's first comment when he came out of the theater was about Teela's butt in that costume in that movie. I didn't catch the show last night. I was so beat. I was working outside all day, and I was so beat. I didn't get the Flashcast. But yeah. Plus, you think will they do a She-Ra movie? Plus, you missed my other super chat. It was right after Marcus's super chat. Did I? Is StreamYard going out of order? I thought I caught. Oh, no, it must have been this one. I'm probably going to see it. Yeah, something happened earlier when I was going through the chats. StreamYard had something reversed. So I hope that's the one you mean, William. Good to see you, my friend. Be safe on the roads out there. William is one of America's backbones, running the trucking all over the country, delivering stuff. Doge Pal for 2. Blaine, please fix the labels. No way is 41% decent.
So,
yeah,
so
Blaine, change your whole business model.
Listen, all right, it's in 20% increments. This is not a school grade rating system. That's outdated. It's look, a 50%, if it's dead center in the middle, I consider that decent. This is a little below that. So that's where that mindset is that gap is at 20% kind of right in the middle. And I think it tends to work pretty well because at least in that range, you've got like a 50% chance of liking it or not most of the time. And so that's why we keep that in decent. And that's all the other websites. I mean, freaking look at Rotten Tomatoes or whatever. It's like below a 70% is bad or something. Like ridiculous. It doesn't make sense. If it's a 50%, like, and you've got a 50% chance of liking it, I think that sounds fair to me. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's it to each his own. I mean, rate it how you
Right.
want to rate it. My problem is like on Critic List, I always have an issue with because I'm terrible at it. Like, how do I put a number score? Because when I rate things on Critic List, and I'll give people kind of an example here, because Blaine knows this audience knows I'm a horror movie nerd.
Yeah.
I love horror. So when it's one of those things to where okay, this is just the Mo 2 review. Let me go here. Let me go to my profile. So like when I rate stuff. I want to rate movies kind of on a different scale. So, like, if I rate a horror movie an 85 or a 90, it should not be. It shouldn't be construed as the same as if I give something like Saving Private Ryan a 90. I'm not saying these are two movies of equal status. It's like in my mind, I'm like, I'm giving this a 90 as a horror flick versus just as a flick, if that makes sense. And that's why I struggle with it. Like, 65% on Backrooms because I'm not super familiar with the IP. Obsession as a horror movie, a straight up 90. I could even go higher than that. Honestly,
No, it's so good.
It's
so good. Mando legit was bogus. It was just crap.
It's trash.
38's too high.
Well, it was 30. It was 30.
Oh,
30.
Sorry,
30.
I took my
30.
glasses off. It looked like 38 to me.
Well, okay.
All right.
Did you? I think. Let me put this. Let me see. I can't remember exactly what I wrote on this one. This was not one of the ones. Yeah, Mandalorian and Grogu Fetch Quest Boogaloo. The movie is arguably worse than Disney Star Wars having released nothing at all, just like the last 6. If you want to see, actually, I tell you, because I know Blaine complains about people that just kind of come on and post bad scores just for the sake of posting bad scores. I will give you one because I had to do it at first. Oh God, if I can find it, where is it?
You can go to your calendar. There's a calendar feature up near the top. If you click on that, it'll just give you like an itemized everything you reviewed by month.
I was trying to find where I did because I put one on here for the Marvels. I'm like that is my quintessential.
Yeah,
I see what you mean. Yeah, yeah. Here it is. Okay, here you go. Here you go, Wizard. Watch this. I gave the Marvels 10% because I respect the fact the cinematographer and the camera operators remained professional, actually turned on the ARRI cameras every day during shooting, and didn't lose the drives in a magnet factory after finishing principal photography.
Wow.
There you go.
That's about as snarky and bull. Now, again, bear in mind that I dropped this review on the Marvels years after it came out. But it was one of those, I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to go have some fun. And I'm going to take the piss. It's like.
No, I don't blame you. I've had some that I'm like that too. And I'm like, I know I hate it. It is what it is. I'm confident with that.
Speaking of taking the piss.
Hey.
Wow, that was a bad time for him to take a sip.
Yeah, we're going to work on that segue next time. How's it going, guys?
It was fine the way it was. Your camera's a little. Oh, you're good. There. Okay. It was glitched from it. Yeah, it's coming in. StreamYard's been wonky.
Boy, has it ever.
Yeah, it really.
How's it going, Blaine?
It's good, man. How are you? Look at you. This is the first stream I've been on with you. Like when you're here in the IRL.
Yeah,
Blaine, you look good down there, buddy. You look good.
He just went on IRL like a week and a half ago. I didn't even know I knew he was going live. I knew he was going, when I say live, on camera, I should say.
Right.
I knew he was going on camera at the end of May. And then I didn't find out till like I was there.
He was there.
Yeah.
By the way, I'll tell you this. I'm looking forward to doing this stream tonight because usually I have to be juggling things on the pro show. And now all I have to do is just enjoy this great beverage while you guys chat and I join in. I don't have to click things. I don't have to touch things. I just like kick back and relax.
Can I ask a question?
What are you drinking there?
Wait, no. I'm going to go ahead and guess. It is the gayest thing from Starbucks you could get, right? Isn't it?
You think it's a pink drink? What do you mean? Hold on a second. That's not a pink drink.
I know you have a penchant for Starbucks.
A penchant. Listen to this man. What kind of cultured show have I stepped into?
Going back to my old Cajun French here, so I know you have a penchant for Starbucks.
It is a shaken ristretto, sir.
I didn't know he was joining
The
a roast.
hell is
tonight.
that?
A shaken ristretto.
what
It's
is that?
it's
That
more
sounds
caffeine.
like a gay nightclub.
It's like an espresso, but with more caffeine. I'm like a hummingbird at this point.
Okay.
I'm sitting here having my Earl Grey in my BB King Blues Club.
Now wait a minute.
cup.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You're going to tease me. You're going to josh me about my drink, and then you announce you have an Earl Grey.
It's tea. It's not like it's not the sugariest.
Oh, Pro,
thing that
what
you
you-
could get it.
Bro, are you trying to drink that coffee again? I've heard it's just so gay. It's just
It's not
terribly
it's not-
gay.
It's not coffee, dear.
You
it's,
should be-
it's sugar.
What did you say? What did you say, Val? Did you say I have a Pufont for my Starbucks beverage?
It's the kind of coffee that my 16-year-old daughter would drink.
It's not pink. It's not rainbow colored. The
See,
month of
I've
June.
won a-
Look out for that.
He knows. Pro knows. I love to tease him on his Starbucks habit.
Listen,
this
I can
is
handle
why.
it. I can.
know,
Listen,
I
I've
know
got
you
a coffee habit, and unfortunately, my favorite local coffee place is closed on Sundays. They take a break, unlike us. So Starbucks it is today.
See, I've managed to
Yeah.
one up
Your
you
local
both.
coffee place at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. No, I'm
Yeah.
rocking caffeine pouches in my lip at this point. So I'm not even going liquid, I don't need that. I'm just stick it in my lip,
Well, that's
take a
either a caffeine thing or that's an extra tooth, and it's even cooler if it's an extra tooth. Just like I
Maybe
just pop
it's
them
both,
out. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me kind of wind up on some of the box office stuff because there's a couple other things I want to talk about because I don't want to go too long tonight. But Matt G out there for $2. Thank you for wrenching. Again, my friend, one of my oldest buddies on YouTube. Profit margin for Amazing Digital Circus. Matt always loves to throw these things at me. Let me tell you what. That's a crazy ass. This is one of those things where it's where did this come from? Right?
Gosh, it beat
It's
Star Wars.
yeah. It's why just
That's-
it's amazing.
This is the shock to the system. This is the point where Disney, it actually hurts that Digital Circus beat you. But even worse, okay? Yeah, it beat you. Look at the theater average for
I
Digital
know.
Circus.
It was
Just-
only It was only. This is what I found out because I saw this coming. Wait, let me get this. Let me get my logo off my face here. I saw this one coming a few weeks ago, and I'm like, okay, it's like some YouTube that no idea. And all the projections said $10 to $15 million for the weekend that it came out. I then found out, I think Friday night, that initially this movie was only supposed to be in theaters for 2 days. It was supposed to be in theaters Thursday, not as a preview, but just like all Thursday, which then explains, this is wild. It did like $8 million Thursday night. And it's also why it was broken out like June 4th. Thursday has its own day. It's not loaded into the Friday numbers because it had a full Thursday. Like this was a very weird booking and release. Very unique. 8.3 million Thursday night. We all saw this Friday morning. It was the number one movie at the box office Thursday. I was like, what the I was like, what?
It's so
Like-
weird. I didn't even know anything about it on two separate occasions while I was at the theater. Collections of the strangest of individuals I've ever seen were walking up to the counter and asking if it was going to be showing at that theater on
Yeah.
two separate occasions. And
Look
I'm
at
like,
this.
Clearly this is in some kind of demand that I don't understand.
Raw Thursday. 8.3 million.
See,
Beat
I thought this
Scary
was
Movie.
wrong. When I first saw this, I was like, "Oh, that can't be right. That's going to be corrected eventually." Nope, here we are. It's correct. That's
real.
insane.
I was like, what the? I was like, what is this? But it did it. And I mean, again, to be fair, you see how like next to Scary Movie and next to Motu, the word preview, because it's not what I'd consider a raw Thursday, because those numbers, the reason it's in green, then get lumped into the Friday reporting. Digital Circus was like a full, it's out on Thursday. It was not a Friday release like a normal movie. It was a Thursday release, which nobody does. But I get why they did it and why theaters were like, yeah, sure. Because they figured it's going to be so front-loaded, get it in on a night before the big stuff comes in and they have to move it out. And the audience freaking showed up. Like, this is nuts. But it did it. and it's 20 million domestic. This was supposed to do 10 million this weekend. It's at 20. I mean, there's no stated production budget for this, but it's a freaking YouTube channel. You got to imagine the production on this. This might have been like Obsession. This might have been 750. It's probably less than $1 million.
YouTube does it again. How many weekends now? How many weekends has
4?
YouTube is taking over Hollywood?
It's done, dude. It's look at this.
Or maybe we should say YouTube has conquered Hollywood, because this is coming from outside the whole Hollywood structure.
Mandalorian and Grogu was kicked off. Was number 3 in its second weekend, and in its third weekend is now number 6. This is the era we're living in, kids. And again, I'm not sitting here going, oh man, Motu kicked ass. It didn't. Motu's going to lose a ton of money for Amazon. I don't think Amazon cares. And I'll bet you money right now, they're already going to work. They're going to greenlight a sequel tomorrow if they haven't already. They're going to do the She-Ra thing. They're going to do the next one.
Whoa. You don't get to say that without explaining it. Hang on now. Why do you think they're going to greenlight a sequel that fast?
Because I think, number one, they have a deal with Mattel already. Mattel kind of got really beat up over this, way more than Amazon, which I explained in today's video.
Okay.
Secondly,
so you think
Amazon,
Mattel wants a sequel?
I think they've already got the toys and everything for it. Why wouldn't they?
Oh, okay.
Because Mattel doesn't, at this point, how much more skin financially does Mattel have in the game for Amazon to go out and roll another 100-something million out? Not much, I would bet. They'd be more than happy. And Amazon is right now, remember, Amazon is a streamer first. They got more cash flow to burn, to literally take cash out of their pocket and light it on fire with a cigarette lighter than Disney, Paramount, Sony, Universal, all them combined times 5.
So we've seen them do worse with Rings of Power. Why would they not do it for this? If they're already invested, they've got all the good reviews backing it up. Maybe if the money's not there, why would they not?
Blaine's got it.
That means this box office run for Motu is gravy for them.
They don't care. I don't. Yeah. I'm going to say that I don't think Amazon is jumping up and down, celebrating, going, "Yeah, we got 29." No, they're probably going, "Well, shit, I wish that had gone better." But at the same time, and this is the point. Let me go back because I'm glad because I forgot to bring this up earlier. I'm going to go back and I had it saved somewhere. There was a quote that somebody put out. Did I have I thought I had it in my bookmarks. Where did this go? Here it is. Okay. This is it. ERC said this. Okay. Exhibitor relations. We talked about, I use them on all my videos quite frequently. A great box office account on X to follow. One of my favorites. ERC, good people. Okay. Quote, this weekend represents a very solid start for Masters of the Universe. And the passionate, multi-generational audience response we're seeing around the world has been fantastic. Travis Knight and the entire cast and filmmaking team have delivered something truly special, and this opening is exactly the kind of critical first moment that validates our holistic distribution strategy, building awareness and engagement that will carry well beyond the theatrical windows. Amazon MGM Studios head of domestic distribution, Kevin Wilson.
Oh my gosh, this is insane.
What I tell you?
Office, they're reinventing the meaning of the box office.
Yeah, right. And I look, and to be fair, I love ERC's response to this. In other words, oh, fuck. So look, I posted this down here, in ERC kind of responded to me, and I'm like, yeah, not good. That being said, maybe Amazon is okay with it for the mere fact that up until now they have been a streaming first outfit, and maybe they're putting more value downline, meaning streaming, when it gets to Prime. But it's still
really
a big
are
loss
get
on
She-Ra 1. Then the Orko series. Then we're going to get She-Ra 2. Then we're going to get She-Ra plus He-Man. And then we get She-Ra 3, and we're done.
And here's the reason, guys. And again,
that's a franchise.
It's not a we made money, so let's go back and do it again. This is they know they didn't have a financial win. But and there is, for all the conversation we've just been having for the last hour or so about this movie, there is something to what MGM Studios distribution honcho Kevin Wilson here is saying, is that the response has been overwhelmingly positive from the fan base. And they're hoping they can build on that. If this was Paramount or if this was Warner Brothers, they would stick a fork in this shit and move on. Amazon has so much more cash to burn that they're willing to take a flyer on this. And I respect them for it, because just as much as YouTubers right now are punching up the box office way above their weight class, and I love them for it. We talk about obsession backrooms in a second. But you got to give a lot of mad props, whether you love or hate everything, something, or nothing that Amazon has done. From a business model, I have mad respect for Amazon right now in the last year for having put their money where their mouth is and says, we are going to commit to theatrical exhibition to the tune of 12 movies a year. And they're doing it. And they look at stuff like Amazon, Bezos, and all these, they could walk away from this shit in a heartbeat. They don't care. This is pocket change. But they're looking at this going, you know what? We've seen the people that came out for this overwhelmingly have a lot of positive response. We see people's reactions saying they had a lot of fun. They enjoyed this. And even though it didn't have the financial return they were hoping for, Amazon, because of their rather unique business model compared to other Hollywood studios, are going, yeah, we lost money, but you know what? We're going to do it again. It's where we are. It's a new era. And that's why, even though I can look at box office and I can say, yes, straight up, in terms of pure theatrical revenue, this made money. This didn't make money. We always turn around and put the asterisks next to it based on what the studio is saying. But this model, for this company is different than this company, so on and so forth. And we have to kind of tweak and take certain things into account so we can all understand, well, this is why Amazon, and we're all, everybody, I cannot believe they're going to make another Motu movie in a few years. They're going to do it. And this is why. So anyway, just throwing that out there, guys. Y'all chime in here. I'm going to take a Gatorade break here.
It's a lot of money to try to force a franchise to get going again. So I don't know. I don't know if they spend 170 million again.
Right.
Here's the thing. I don't know how much of the 170 million stated budget as per Deadline was striking an initial deal with Mattel. Just like, Amazon shells out $250 million just to get the rights to the name Lord of the Rings.
Right.
Before they did anything. I mean, that wasn't pre-production. That was just, we want to use the name. Shit. I mean, what are we talking about here?
But what'll be interesting with this is, what is the viewership going to be? Like, all right, let's say it drops off the face of the planet next week. All right, it's done in the movie theaters. What is the streaming viewership numbers going to be?
Exactly.
And are they going to report it as being the biggest thing on the planet? Does this thing perhaps have a phase 2 marketing plan behind it? Was that always their big plan, is to push this thing on streaming? All those Mattel toys that we looked at before, and VR, you might know this because I don't. I haven't looked at the toys. Is it all Amazon? Can you get all these toys on Amazon? Is it padded in?
You can get them all over. You can get them on Amazon. I'll say this: all of the Skeletors, well, the good ones are sold out because I tried to get one.
Oh my gosh! I'm
wiped
sold.
out.
VR's right.
I think he's right too, and that's kind of what I have been. That's where my mind has been going with this whole thing. Because why would they not do a second round of marketing? And then what they've done is they've just test dummied what does and doesn't work with marketing this movie for theaters, right? And then they just turn around and they fix what didn't work last time, and then they pump it to the younger audiences and everybody else on Amazon. And when you show the movie, you have a little pop-up that's like, you can buy this toy right now from Amazon.com.
Yes.
Like it. Why not?
Are we getting He-Man cartoons, anything like that coming out on Amazon soon?
I haven't heard it if we are.
Because that's a lot less money, I would think, than, doing another movie. So if I were them, I would be doing it with an all, if this is the plan, I would be going with an all, everybody on board. Let's throw everything at it we've got, and I'd be having cartoons and TV shows and all that too.
Huge cartoon show, and just don't let Kevin Smith anywhere near it. I don't know, because again, the people that Amazon acquired the rights from were Netflix, because Netflix just they had the Kevin Smith thing, and they were supposed to do a movie with it, and it never happened. And then I think that was when Amazon came and picked, because this has literally gone through Paramount, Sony, I think even Warner Brothers. 15 years. This thing has been shot around the court like a hockey puck for 15 years until Amazon was like, we're going to make it happen. The problem is, like I said,
that's Kevin Smith's fault, by the way.
Yeah. It's 10 years too late, because if this movie had come out 10 years ago like it was intended to, Renegade Jr. would have been 5 years old. It would have been the perfect time to bring him. And everybody else my age who's in that Gen X that's between 45 and 54, all of their children would have been, the boys would have been 5 to 9, 10 years old. Now our children are 20 plus, or, mid to late teenagers in a lot of cases. By the time I was a teenager, I was long out of He-Man. So they missed the window for this, and that was part of the problem. But in any case, let me go back to some of the other box office here. We'll talk about this, and then I've got to mention some of the stuff on Netflix here. Got the wrong window. I got to get some of these super chats here. Hang tight. Circle back here. Retromeister for 10. Evening, gents. Like Tom, I've had my theories about the new He-Man movie, and even heard rumors that Kevin Smith was secretly involved in it. I don't know if he was. I haven't heard that one. I'm not surprised that it was mediocre and deserved better. Again, it depends who you ask, right? Right. I wouldn't go so far as to have called it mediocre. It certainly had its... I'm not saying it was the greatest thing ever. It certainly had its issues, but it's still fun.
Yeah.
Retro again for 10. Motu needed better people involved. I'll stick with the He-Man 2002 Cartoon Network reboot with Liquid Snake's voiceover as the titled character. SM6 deserves the win more in canceling cancel culture. Scary Movie 6. Most of the reactions I've heard to Scary Movie 6 have been bad. So I don't expect it to hang around long in terms of like legging out. But look, to be fair, most horror movies and most comedy movies don't anyway. You got to get that first 10-day boost and then you're done. The real Jim Botrin says for $20. Thank you, sir. Hey, VR Californian here. While elections here are ass, at least Live at 5 is still true here. I can get some industry analysis while I grill. Have a cold one on me. Dude, enjoy that beer. What are you grilling, bro? Sounds good. Yeah, and you guys, there is no other state on earth where you have a distant third place candidate for mayor in Los Angeles that as soon as all of the late mail-in ballots start coming in, suddenly starts coming in first place with the mail-in ballots, just conveniently enough to get rid of that second place guy, Spencer Pratt, that a lot of people in California don't want.
What did Ron Coleman say after the first day? Let the cheating begin.
And everybody knew. Boy, I want to send Chris Gore a bottle of scotch because he's got to be losing his effing mind. He had to know this was coming, but I feel bad for him, man. Chris,
it's amazing how every
get the
mail-in.
piss out of California, man.
Every mail-in.
Get out of California.
All the same. Who'd have thought? Every mail-in.
Yeah. I feel like I've seen this before. Like, I don't think 6 years ago. Anyway, Michael Steele for $5 Canadian. My biggest problem with Motu was the blasphemy that they executed on Princes of the Universe with that stupid coffee. See, that was one of my complaints. That was it was there. It was there, and I'm like, we don't need a joke at that moment. You guys?
It was an epic scene. You played an epic song, like it was cool, and then you hit a joke, and they kept doing it, and I'm just like, stop.
I was, yeah. I mean, like some of the jokes. That was one of the jokes.
Yeah, some of them landed.
That pissed me off because I was like, we were like Renegade Junior's jamming because he's starting to learn to play some more Queen songs on his electric guitar, and we were jamming it, and I'm like, don't do the thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. My kids saw it in real time because my daughter was like, "Why are you so excited about this song?" I'm like, "It's another movie. It's cool." And then they called, and I was just like. She's like, "Why are you upset now?" I'm like, "Don't worry about it. It's so fine." Good.
Just Henry Cavill, bring me Highlander. I want to see it. Sean says for 2, there is no female Hordak. Her name is Dispara.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I said before I haven't looked into it any further. I got a text from a buddy who said they made a female Hordak, and I was like, okay, I'm driving 8 hours today. I can't check yet. Also, I've only seen the She-Ra Christmas special. I didn't watch the She-Ra show. I've watched He-Man though. I watched a lot of He-Man.
Always be careful with the pronunciation of the Hordak.
Hordak.
I don't think it was that bad to pronounce. Let's see. We've got Packing Protons for 5. Motu is more than memes. If you need that to sell your movie, you shouldn't be working on the franchise. Do y'all think it was just a bunch of memes? I don't know if I got that impression. I mean, I know there was a lot of
And I think kind of what he's saying too is how we were talking about like marketing it and the way we were marketing it. I guess if that is what he's talking about, more of what we meant by that is like that's how you market to Gen Z and Gen Alpha. Like not that it needs to be shoved in the movie nonstop. It's just that, that's how you market to these kids. That's how you get them interested, period. And so
yeah, that Nicholas Galitzine meme that was on the Jimmy Kimmel Jimmy Fallon show.
Jimmy Fallon,
that should have been out weeks ago.
Yeah,
that should have happened by Amazon. It should have been a big. If Predator Badlands could do that meme better, which they did, they did that meme better.
I don't even remember that.
Yes, they did the exact same meme. They did it better, and it's the guy in the Predator outfit doing the song. There's no reason you waited for the Jimmy Fallon show. Like Amazon, what are you doing?
Well, I think exactly what you just said. I think part of it is Amazon is still very young at this, and I don't know the people that they have on their distribution and marketing team because that's the key. It's not the same thing as we're dropping a new show this week on Amazon Prime. This is a theatrical release. And I'm going to give Amazon a little bit of grace period here for at least maybe the next year because they're still getting their feet wet on I think figuring this out. And I could be wrong. They need to get it together faster. They certainly have the capital to get it together very quickly. They just might not have the people yet. And I think they're still kind of getting that together. And I think part of it is the fact that really their first movie out the gate, when they said 2026 is the year we go to the theater, like for real, not just dripping and dropping stuff. And their first thing out of the gate is Project Hail Mary and a massive success. And now now there's like it's like the kid who goes out in Little League in his first at bat, he slams a triple. And then he thinks every at bat is going to be like that after. I think that's kind of where Amazon is to a degree. And they've got to get their feet wet a little bit more. Archer Merchant for 5. Scary Movie had genuinely funny moments, but it was still another scary movie. Glad it did well enough, though. Thank you, Archer. And John's for 10. I'm a little late, so fill me in. If I take my teen daughter who loves movies to see this, am I going to hate it as a Gen Xer? Because she can go see Backrooms again. If so, are we talking about, I'm guessing, Motu? I don't think so. I mean,
it's a case-by-case thing.
It really is. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my kids liked it and I had fun, but then you've got other folks who vehemently dislike it. Go read some of the reviews on Criticalist. That's what I tell everybody because it's a wide swath of people, all ages. Most people lay that stuff out in their reviews, especially for this movie, and you can kind of get a gauge on if you think you're going to align with it or not. And that's why also with the Friends with Benefits and Criticalist, I just set my Friends with Benefits. That way I have an aggregated score of my friends, and I'm like, if all my friends say that they don't like it, then I'm probably not going to watch it.
Yeah. Packing Protons for 5. Why not? Ever watch 2003? That Skeletor could also carry a movie. You praise its goofiness, but then trash Alan Oppenheimer's performance? Alan Oppenheimer.
Yeah, so Alan Oppenheimer's the original voice of Skeletor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm not trashing
He-Man. Actually,
I'm not trashing it at all.
No.
Evil.
Evil.
Yeah.
Ah. No. Look, the He-Man fans are very, very heated on this one. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this one going away because
His
if you
performance.
love it, you're gonna get attacked. If you hate it, you're gonna get attacked. If you have any kind of problems at all, you're gonna get attacked.
Well, you see, real life fake wizard, that was always the plan.
Yeah.
Right. And it's, look, in a cartoon in the 80s at short intervals, again, that was made for young kids, it's fine. But just like everybody that has to pick up a book or a stage play or what have you and adapt it to the screen, you have to make certain decisions about things that do or do not or can or cannot be successfully translated into a screenplay to go onto the silver screen. And having Skeletor for 2 hours talk about He-Man like that, again,
I'd go watch it.
Okay, that's the point. They had to make a decision. It was like, okay, the Gen Xers might get a kick out of that because that harkens back to 1985. But the problem is then absolutely nobody else would be able to get into that. And
Do you
even
know
though
why
the box
it might
office
have
was
worked?
bad, but what's that?
It might have worked. Look at Minecraft. The kids today love stupid crap.
Well, they
and
love
having,
memes. But that's just it. Then
He-Man,
it would have been
like that might have worked. But
Well, I don't like to feel good. I like to feel evil.
I'm not
Well, I
nice.
think that's-
I'm not wonderful.
Yeah.
They would have had to lean even harder into the cheese than this movie did. You think that the ones that are pissed now are mad? They'd be really mad if they memed this like Minecraft did. Like it would freaking go over like a fart in church.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you do that often, Blaine?
What? Yeah, well, listen. I typically don't make it public, but
It happens.
I can't wait for the Aqua Teen Hunger Force movie where we take it seriously and Meatwad has to talk, with a real, voice. Can't go around saying, "Oh man, come on, Fralac, what are you doing to me?" It's like it's posh.
We actually have footage of Blaine in church.
Oh. Oh my god!
I don't know why that was still in my assets
fact that you have
backstage
that
from
on
like
there.
2 years ago. I had played it for something. I'm like, as soon as you said fart in church, I'm like, holy shit, I actually have something for this.
Oh
I
my
can't
God.
believe it. Sean says for 5, RLFW lies as usual. RLFW, what am I talking about?
That's me. He's
Oh, real
saying
life
I'm
fake
a
wizard. I'm
liar.
like, yeah, lies as usual. Dispara is Adora She-Ra, who turns to pure evil, fully embracing Hordak, her forced adopted father. Shame on you, VR, for passing lies. I have Sean is usually very tongue in cheek with his humor. So,
Not this time. This is real.
oh
I
no,
thought we
he's
were
really
buddies,
pissed off
Sean.
this time.
I said I was speaking
You're in
from a place
trouble.
of ignorance on
You're
the
in
toys.
trouble.
I said I didn't know what I was saying. I was speculating.
He did. He
It's
said,
never
I don't
enough.
know anything.
The He-Man fans are running wild.
All is coming to fruition just as we planned.
2 penny puppet for 5. Yeah, them jokes got to go. Fake Wizard put out an excellent video today that breaks down that writing style. Bring on part 2 and 3.
Well, thank
There
you
you
for
go.
that, but apparently I'm also a liar.
You're a damn liar. There's liars, damn liars, and the statistics that I put on my channel. You know how it works. Tender Warrior gifted 5 Valiant Renegade channel memberships. Thank you, Tender Warrior. Marcus Quintus says for 2. There is a She-Ra and... Oh, God, I should have read that. There is a She-Ra and Tila South Park scissor reel at the end. Sizzle reel at the end.
Sizzle.
Yeah, thank you, Marcus. John for 5. I live in Maryland, and I have never been asked my opinion of a movie on the way out. It's mostly Los Angeles and New York. That's the problem where I always have a little bit of a. It's a grain of salt.
There's also the funny thing that they will do this. There's a company that does it for them right outside of Detroit, Michigan. So that's going to be definitely also reflective of the rest of the country.
Yeah. Sean says for 2, put Tom on. I love arguing with him. It's fun. I threw this show together today kind of at the last minute because I had a video. I had to go out. We had some rains. I actually lost my internet about an hour before the damn show started. So I kind of threw this together last second. And like I said earlier, it's like, look, everybody's seen Tom's opinion on this. I tend to rotate guests, and I'm trying to get back to that week to week. And I said earlier, I made no bones about it. I'm like, I love Tom to death. Tom needs a deep breath and a little bit of a break from this. God bless him. And I, again, totally respect his opinion on this. I don't agree with it. At least not fully, but yeah. So, there we go. The real Jim Botron says for 5, Motu 1987 is a guilty pleasure of mine. I'm looking forward to the surprise 4K extended preview cut coming later this year from Arrow Video. There's still a special place in my heart for that movie, just like Howard the Duck. It's like nobody's gonna say it's Shakespeare, but you know what? I don't give a shit. It's still fun to watch.
I've seen it twice in the past year. I used to have a poster back here of it.
Motu or Howard the Duck?
No, Motu, the
Motu.
87 Motu. Yeah, I love it.
You watch Howard the Duck for Leah Thompson's ass, okay? That's it. That's what you
watch. Come on, Blaine. We know you've seen Howard the Duck twice this year too.
Listen, I don't want to, only certain scenes. You know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes.
Camchi for $5. Here my take: people burn out from bad He-Man shows, including NF She-Ra that started the mess, Netflix She-Ra that started the mess. Like Transformer 1, it needs to hit all the perfect notes, but failed. I wasn't expecting perfection in this movie. It just entertained me, and I felt like I was entertained. I think, again, Blaine, you went to go see it, with X-Wing and Drunk, and who else was there with you? Beardo was there, and I saw a lot of other people posting over the weekend, kind of in the G&G space, and Shad Brooks out there. A lot of people kind of had the same initial reactions I did, and and I've said this before, I don't go look to find other people's reactions to things before I go see it if I know I want to go see it. Sometimes I'll look at people's reaction. If it's something I'm not that interested in or don't know about, I'll see what other people are saying. Is this something worth me seeing? But because I wanted to see this up front, I didn't want to hear what anybody else had to say. But after I saw it, I found like a lot of us kind of had the same reaction where, yeah, it's fun, man. The audience was cheering and clapping, and I probably heard that from at least half a dozen different people in different screenings. That were out there, maybe more. So John's for 5, shaken, not stirred. Juliet says for 18 months in South Korea, they were smashing Starbucks up. Why? Was there not enough matcha? That was a wizard joke.
I'm laughing.
Yeah, I know you are. Archer Merchant for 2, just saying Keir Starmer probably drinks Earl Grey.
Yes,
Keir
go
Starmer,
on, Valiant. Tease us more about how coffee
Keir Starmer
beverage drinks.
Probably also has a heartbeat and breathes air. But I get the joke. It's all good. We can laugh at ourselves. John says for 5, what the heck is Power Ballad and why did it jump up? Okay, I saw somebody else mention Power Ballad. What is
Power
this?
Ballad? Yeah, it's a new film. It's by an Irish filmmaker that typically does like musicals. This one is Paul Rudd and what's his name? Nick Jonas.
I did. Okay. As soon as you said the Paul Rudd, I'm like, okay, I did see a preview
it's
for
this.
this.
It's a comedy musical thing. Now, I will say, I have not seen this movie. We hardly had anybody review it. He did a movie called Sing Street, which is probably my favorite musical ever. I don't even really like musicals. So I was very intrigued by this movie, but nobody's really seeing it in comparison to everything else going on right now. But it could be, this guy makes good movies, so it could be great.
He does. Let me dive back in because I just want to kind of finish the box office real quick. And I love the conversation. I just kind of This is an easy, relaxing, kind of casual day for me. So we don't have much structure today because God knows I am not a YouTuber or a professional at any of this. I suck at this. So we're just going through as I want to go through it. But Obsession. We're at 152 million kids. And I know probably everybody here has seemingly loved this movie. And then not to be discounted, Backrooms at 135 million. Let me go ahead and put this on the table now. I've been saying this for weeks. I think I've been saying this. Star Wars and Mando's in its third. I've been saying this at least since last weekend. Wizard, you and I were together. I think I even told you this in person.
Yes.
For my next trick, Obsession will beat Star Wars at the box office at the end of its run. Kids, it's happening. It is happening. It is going to happen. It is now virtually as close to 100% certainty as I can mathematically sketch. Because it's after 24 days, Obsession has not meaningfully increased its exposure in terms of screen numbers. It started at like 2,700 screens. It's now at 2,900. It really hasn't moved. It has only dropped 7% from weekend 3. It's now in weekend 4. And by the way, weekend 4 is still bigger than its opening weekend by 30%.
What's 40%. The budget on Obsession?
750.
Well, there's 2 layers.
Yeah, the $750,000 for Obsession, right?
Yeah, with some possible million top.
Well, yeah, 750,000 for the actual production cost, which then Universal Studios via Focus Features then bought it for 15 million. So the boys and girls that made the movie have been well paid. They 20x on their capital investment of 750,000. Now the onus of obviously on Focus Features. Now there may have been some profit sharing or some escalators in the contract for.
I hope so.
Yeah, I would hope so too.
Yeah, I hope so too.
I know there's an art director out there mad that she got paid $6,700 for 30 days of work, which is more than a lot of people make. Because now she wants a bonus because the movie's doing so well. And I said, you know what, honey? That's kind of like me hiring a carpenter to come in and frame my house. And then when I sell it a year later for more money to somebody else, the carpenter comes back and demands a bonus. It doesn't work that way. Okay.
So,
but yeah, Obsession here, 15 million. But I mean, 150. This movie's going over 200 million. Easy. In my sleep, this is going over 200 million. Domestically.
So the thing is, if this is the new model, and it looks like it's going to be, and it's not just going to be horror, but over the next 3 years, if the new model is that YouTubers, content creators can step in, dominate Hollywood, produce things that have a possibility for a 100x return on investment, then the old model is dead. The Star Wars model is dead. The blockbuster model is essentially dead. If you have a chance to pull a 100x, then the idea that you're going to pull, hey, we got a 20% return on investment, that's just silly. That's just silly now, right? That's like trying to drive a lawnmower across the country versus I've got this supersonic jet. A totally different way of doing this over the next few years. I would imagine that we're going to see, 10 times, 15 times, 20 times the number of content creators trying to get in. And I think that theaters are going to be eager to open the doors to them.
Why not? Yep. The risk for theaters is extremely low. Let's consider, if we will, gentlemen, for a moment, that Obsession comes out with virtually no marketing prowess behind it whatsoever. Apart from it did have the advantage, obviously, of coming up through a mid-major Focus Features, and of course that mid-major being a subsidiary of a major Universal Studios. The marketing budget for this was still paltry. I mean, they spent $15 million to acquire the IP. I doubt that Universal had any intention up front to spend but maybe another 5 to 15 to 20 million at most on top of that to get the word out. Because it does cost a lot of money these days to get the word out for major motion pictures. And again, if this came from a smaller independent channel, they wouldn't have spent that much, but this does still have Universal money behind it. They spent $100 million, but I bet they spent 10 to 20.
Wiz, you making a movie? You making a movie and we don't know about it yet, Wiz?
I would love that, man.
That's a non-answer, Wiz. I know your games. You spun away from that really well, buddy.
I would say one day.
Okay.
And things progress here on the YouTube sooner than later.
What genre are you going to do, Wiz?
Oh, psych thriller. They're the cheapest.
Get a little Ripley on?
They're the cheapest, yeah. You could do a lot with very, very little on a psych thriller.
I'm ready to see some of these YouTubers, and honestly, I hope Curry Barker does one. I want to see some of these YouTubers do a comedy. We're at the point now, if we can get some like irreverent 2000s time period comedy where they're not being overly safe, and these guys made their go at it with comedy stuff, and it's very funny. I would like to see comedy make a comeback in theaters. I think that would be awesome.
That's a great idea. YouTubers start doing comedy movies. It's possible.
I mean, there's so much. And here's the thing. Obsession, no PLFs, premium large format, no IMAX, no Dolby Cinema, no MTX, no whatever brand, off-brand. This Obsession has been stuck in the, no pun intended, back rooms of the theaters since it came out. It's not on cinema. It's not on screen 1. It's on screen 8. It's been in the back of the theaters since it started, and it's doing all this. It is the new model, and I guarantee you right now, Hollywood's looking at this going, shit. And right now, studios like Amazon and like I think even Apple had better be taking a hard look at this, because they've been trying to get more into the theatrical release schedule. But theaters need to, I mean, this has long been obvious, and this is why Warner Brothers and Paramount, this is what they butter their bread with. It's not the giant blockbusters. It's not the $200 million CapExes on, major superhero IPs or Jurassic Park or whatever. It's the consistent, steady flow throughout the year of the $10 million or less horror movie franchise like this that constantly turns an audience and is all but a guaranteed really good ROI, return on investment, for what they're spending. And now the model is, well, we don't even have to we just need to go out there, and there's YouTubers out there that already have followings that want to make movies. Let's bring them in. This is where, I mean, look at the box office, because again, I've never seen anything like this. This is ridiculous. 17.1 million in the first weekend, 23.9, call it 24 million in the second weekend, a gain of 40%. 27.3 million in the first weekend, another 14% pickup. Weekend 4, basically still the same number of screens. I know it's up, but it's not up that much. It's a couple hundred. 25.6 million. That's still bigger than weekend 2. That's still way bigger than weekend 1. It's like 50% bigger than weekend 1. And we're in weekend 4. I look at this and I keep going every day. I was like, what the is going on here? That's the strength of this. And this is what every Hollywood studio is now going to try to replicate. It's insane. And this movie right here, this stupid little crazy $750,000 movie that was exceptionally well written, well directed, and exquisitely performed by people like Indy Navarrete, who stole this. Without her in this movie, I saw some rumor that they were originally trying to get Jenna Ortega or some damn. I was like, really? No. I seriously doubt it. But she stole the show. She deserves an Oscar for this, or at least an Oscar nomination. Every Hollywood studio is going to want a piece of this from now on. This is what they think they can wind up doing. And this movie is going to absolutely torch Star Wars. Torch it.
And one thing that I've been thinking about during this whole thing, and with Masters of the Universe, and then these two movies succeeding, and everything you're saying, I'm super curious. My other most anticipated film of the year is Street Fighter. I don't know if you guys remember, but another set of YouTubers, the Philippou brothers, Raka Raka, they were who was supposed to make that Street Fighter movie. And if this Street Fighter movie does not do well, and they're sitting here watching Obsession and all these YouTuber movies succeed, they're really going to freaking be kicking themselves for running those guys off and them not being the ones to actually make this movie, because both of their movies have done well, especially Talk to Me. So I am always going to be wondering what that that Street Fighter movie would have been with those guys attached, and which I hope is great, but it is going to be interesting to see how that movie pans out. I hope it's great, but I'm sure that the Raka Raka guys would have been running on a much slimmer budget than whoever they got to make it.
Indeed. Let's see. Let me go back to the super chats here. I think we're going to kind of wind her down. Archer Merchant for 5. Are you saying literally every movie except Disney is making money? No. Well, I mean, we just maybe I misspoke on something. No, it's not. I mean, we just got through. Masters of the Universe is going to bomb. I mean, it's going to lose a bunch of money. The difference is that in this case, to an extent, based on what we just discussed, Archer, was that Amazon has the luxury, financial luxury, of not caring. That's the bottom line, as wild as that sounds, but they have the financial luxury of not caring. They're not going onto earnings calls talking about the flywheel like Disney does all the time. They don't care. What they're looking for is, what can we do to gig Amazon Prime? And if this thing goes into Prime and gigs the algorithms, and they get like a lot of attention for Masters of the Universe, like, hey, this is the #1 movie of the week on Prime. In their book, it's a win, because Amazon behaves up to this point from a business model much more like a Netflix than a Disney, if that makes sense. And again, they've got the cap. They've got the market cap to just not care. So again, I'm not saying it's a success, but it is a different model. Doge Pal for 5. My take on TADC is the fandom still showed up. Little else, and that's enough. But considering its massive, I guess, the Amazing Digital Circus. Considering its massive YouTube numbers, 20 million isn't much in the big picture. Yeah, but still. And I realize when the Amazing Digital original, my understanding is that was only supposed to be in theaters Thursday and Friday. It has been extended now to like a week. So it may not make much more, but at the same time, I don't think it's intended to be, it's not designed, it's not going to be like theatrically exclusive for 90 days or even 45 days. I don't even know if it's going to be theatrically exclusive for 17 days at this point. But the fact that, look, that's an easy win, and they walked home with a few $1 million from it that they never would have gotten on YouTube. Why the hell not? John Maynard for 5. Look at how much Amazon has pissed away from Rings of Power. This is pocket change. That's exactly, John. That's it. $250 million, $250 million just to get the rights to use the name Lord of the Rings before they built a costume, a prop, a set, turned on a camera, or did anything. And people are like, how the hell did they spend $1 billion on a season of television? That's how.
I still think it's going to come down to the streaming numbers. Masters of the Universe has to do good on Amazon Prime, or they'll let it go.
I agree.
I totally agree. 100% agree. And that's why I was just saying.
Like you guys said, by then they'll have a better marketing plan in play for how to get young people to watch it on Amazon Prime.
That's it.
Smart.
Nightwalker gifted a Valiant Renegade channel membership. Thank you, Nightwalker. Marcus Quintus says, as a 40-month member, Mo2 is Amazon's Andor. The small number of people who saw it liked it in general. However, no one else, the majority, cared to see it. That is absolutely a perfectly 100% correct and valid argument, Marcus, and it's right on the money. It's exactly right on the money. That is Amazon's Andor. You're right, at least up to this point, right? Now, that being said, to be fair, Amazon didn't spend $800 million making 2 seasons of Motu, but Disney did with Andor. So they got a film tax credit that brought it down closer to like $700 million, but it was still a shit show. financially. Jeremiah Hembry says for 10, can you please have the troll stop calling me at night when I'm trying to sleep, because he tells me he has things in mind for the evil things he wants to do. Is this an Amazing Digital Circus reference? I'm guessing from Jeremiah Hembry. I don't know. I'm trying to place the reference here. Thank you for the $10, dude. I hope I'm guessing right. JB Spooky Review says for 14 months, can Gen X and millennials, me, just let their childhood franchises go? Kids these days don't care about them at all. They want their own stuff. Guys, any thoughts on that one? It's kind of an interesting statement.
The statistics I've been looking at lately do show that everything that was cool in the last 20 or 30 years, the young people seem to be rejecting that. It's even so far that young people are getting less tattoos because the generation before them got tattoos. Pride Month seems to be on the decrease with young people in terms of them celebrating it because, well, it's been something that the older generation celebrated for the last 20 or 30 years. The weird thing about this is that the new generation graduating high school, they seem to love the 80s. They really love the 80s. So
yeah, the Stranger Things generation, that's why.
Yep.
They grew up loving Stranger Things. The problem here is the reason that the kids today don't care for franchises, legacy franchises, because the legacy franchises aren't speaking to them. Just as they're not speaking to Gen X millennials anymore. They're just speaking to the people making the thing. I would blame Master of the Universe for that too. I don't think it did a good enough job of addressing, like, okay, no, sorry, the marketing didn't do a good enough job addressing Gen Alpha. But like Blaine said earlier in the stream, like his kids loved it, and I keep hearing all over the internet, my kids loved it. Yeah. So the marketing, the people in the marketing departments don't know how to talk to men. They don't know how to address kids. They don't know how to market to parents that have kids, because they don't have kids and they don't like men.
Right. Yeah. And I think the same people that are in these marketing departments are essentially the same ones that are in many of these writers' rooms. It's a lot of the same crowd.
100% same people.
And I mean, the thing is just that there isn't a lot of these studios and stuff aren't greenlighting a lot of the things that could be new properties. They're sending that to the wayside to try to revitalize these old franchises and stuff. And I mean, I see it with my kids. It's like there were multiple Halloweens in a row where my kids were like, I don't know what to dress up as for Halloween because there's nothing new. There's nothing I'm into right now that's not like a freaking outside of like a video game or something, right? Or Fortnite or so they're really dropping the ball on allowing new creators to do things, and they're just putting out a bunch of self-insert bullcrap that nobody cares about.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, as things change, and I think as the landscape changes, especially with things like Obsession, Backrooms, and this other, I mean, I guarantee you right now, Hollywood is going, ooh, time to shift gears. And I hate to say it, there's one studio out there that is so ill-equipped, beyond ill-equipped, to take advantage of this and just let them do the things that they need to do to have successes like Backrooms and Obsession. Do you know who I'm going to say, right? Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Disney is so behind the eight ball and so ill-equipped. Even after spending almost $80 billion or whatever to buy Fox in all of their, like, Fox Searchlight and those kind of... How many horror movies, even from those indie channels that Disney paid so much money to buy, how many horror movies come out from Disney every year? Like none. So this is the problem when you get these type of properties out there. Nobody is going to like, oh, let's go look at Disney. No, they're going to go to Search, or they're going to go to Focus Features. They're going to go to Universal. They're going to try to strike a deal with Blumhouse. They're going to look at Paramount. They're going to look at Warner Brothers. They're going to look at other Lionsgate, A24. A24 might become your big player for your YouTube channels. I hate to tell you, kids, A24 right now could absolutely effing clean up buying up these IPs. While everybody is overlooking this stuff, A24 could go out there and go, hey, we can't promise you $50 million in marketing. Let me tell you what, you're going to get all of our attention.
Better that than Blumhouse.
Right. Well, yeah. And I'll say this too. I mean, as you're mentioning with A24, aren't they the ones working on that Elden Ring movie coming out? That's like going to be their biggest budget
Yes,
movie
they
to
are.
date.
Yes.
Along with,
I'm glad you brought
Death
that up.
Stranding movie as well.
Yeah.
Are they real? I didn't know that.
Oh wait, what
I'm
movie?
pretty
now?
sure.
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding.
That's
pretty sure that
big if
they're
we
who
get a
got-
Death Stranding movie.
Okay.
That's what I'm seeing. I'm pretty sure that they're the ones that got that. Yeah. So
Let's see. A couple more here. We got we got that one all the way. Jay, thank you, JB Spooky Review. Retro Meister for $5 to give feedback on Pro Suggestion. They're already another He-Man reboot that was CGI, and they race swapped Tila in it, which is just insult to injury. I don't remember that one. Anybody remember that one? I don't think I saw that one.
No, I haven't heard of that one.
Oh, yes, I do know the one. Netflix put it out as well.
Of course, it's Netflix.
Yeah, I forgot that they did it.
Was it a Kevin Smith one?
No, it wasn't. It was more it was really cartoony
Oh,
and CGI.
the one
My
for
son
little
started
kids.
watching it. They're
I
little
forgot
and they're
about
like
that.
big,
Yes.
chunky, like He-Man's kind of stocky and his arms are like freaking this
Yeah.
big, but he's little.
Yeah.
It's kind of wacky animation. But yeah.
Have you guys seen the Netflix Happy Meal Stranger Things, the cartoon at McDonald's? Have you guys seen that?
No.
They've-
Yes.
They Wiz, did you notice they took out Nancy, and in place is some hard to
Yes.
figure out if it's boy or girl, purple hair thing. What is
And-
that?
Who
is that?
noticed, well, it's a new character for that season. Also, that whole season's been out for weeks, and no one has spoken about it. Stranger Things is so forever dead.
They destroyed
No
it in
one
season
cares.
5. Yeah, they
But,
killed
yeah.
it. They
but
killed
yes,
it for they killed it for Will.
that character
Yeah.
is also, if you look closer, that character has more characterization, like more artistic design than any of the other characters. Like as if they spent the most time creating that character.
Is it a boy or a girl?
It's a chick.
I don't want to misgender anyone, Pro. I don't know.
It's supposed to be a chick. Yeah.
It's a chick. Okay. But
Yeah.
they made up
girls.
because here's what the thing is, like you want to make a show about the 80s, you make a cartoon about the 80s, and then you got that, and it's like, what is that? That came out of 5 years ago, that came out of Berkeley 5 years ago. That's not Indiana in the 80s.
No.
It just doesn't fit at all.
Now, let me do some super chats. I'm going to get to that. I just saw this. I'm going to pull this up in a second. Douglas Nutt for $2. Until next time, He-Man. We got Evil. Packing Protons for $5. The problem here is that Valiant sounds like he's not a fan of this franchise. He's looking at it from an outsider's perspective. Dude, I grew up with He-Man. I mean, watching the cartoon. I was 5 years old watching that cartoon all the time. All the time.
I think that there's one of the things that I was talking to somebody about the other day is I think there's kind of two
had
audiences.
the Castle Grayskull playset, dude.
Oh, you were one of the cool
I
kids.
was that kid on the block.
You were the cool
Yeah.
kid. Yeah.
I had the big dinosaur, like the skeleton. They all rode in. Yeah,
I had the Ghostbusters firehouse with the slime that would go through the grate. So you enjoy your Castle Grayskull. I had
I got a
slime.
rock.
Right.
You got stuck with Geode from the High Republic, dude. Oh god, that's just a shitty childhood.
Darn it, I hate when he wins. I hate when he wins.
I got a rock.
Not Geode.
I got a rock.
Wait, do you believe in the Great Pumpkin? Good timing. It's incredible timing, Packing Proton.
Do you believe in the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown? I do. I still like that show. It was good. Thank you, Packing Protons, for the $2 and all your support tonight. Camchi for $2. I think too much bad movies. That just laughing pain off. I'm guessing there's a translation because Camchi, I think he does translations when he types in super chats. I think I think too many bad movies and just laughing pain off. Maybe I think what he's saying is there's been so many bad movies out there that when we get something like this that's not great but we entertaining, that we over celebrate it because it's just fun, which I can understand. I would somewhat agree with that. Oh god. Oh. All right, hang on, Trebles. We'll do that one last. We haven't done a Shrebels outro in a while. Archer Merchant for 5. Someone AI, Kathleen Kennedy, obsession style, saying, no, don't do that. You all said you loved the Acolyte. We were having such a good time. And the fans jumping ship. That's actually scary. Good idea, Archer. Mm-hmm. I have a feeling somebody's grokking that shit right now. Detailed Devil for 5. Project Hail Mary and Michael. Only Hollywood can do, but shot wad first half of 26. Last must sees, GZO Young WA.
Young Washington.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the movie.
Young Washington.
Washington, but gravitate to Gen Z. I'm a movie nerd with A-list, talking about AMC A-list. Mm-hmm. If I don't see, my buddies won't. Gotcha. Yeah, let's see what happens. Oh, we lost Wizard. He might have had to bail. Gotcha. Okay. Oh, he had stuff to. I missed the private chat. That's my fault. Thank you for being here, Wiz. We're closing out. Lou Capadonna says, like how anime and manga run circles around U.S. content, when will Hollywood learn it's okay to have content for boys and men and not modern audience? We're hoping they do. Yeah. Marcus for 5 says, ooh, I had the Castle Grayskull playset. Bitch, please! I had the original Death Star playset, you rookie! That's because Marcus is a few years older than me. That's why.
I had a rock.
Right. All right. Let's close it out here, Pro. This is on you. Apparently it's... Oh, God.
No, I got to do the whole thing as Skeletor?
No. I got to do Stitch.
Okay.
All right.
Why do I surround... Sorry. Why do I surround myself with fools?
It's not my fault that Amazon wouldn't hire a professional actor's voice, asshole.
Blast! At least your film was more successful, Stitch.
That's because
I am evil. And evil never takes a vacation.
That's because you're not my family.
I have no time for Ohana.
I think we just completely freaked Blaine out. I think he's going
a little bit. Blew his
mind.
Yeah, I kind of hate Stitch. That doesn't help things. So,
God dang it, Blaine, that's something we can both agree on. I tell you what.
Well, I can go back to doing Meat Wild, bitch.
Oh, that's better. Yeah.
That's better. Okay, we'll do that. Yeah,
I'd like to put that little. I'd like to put that little ground beef ball on a grill with some propane. I tell you what.
All right. Blaine, thanks for hanging out. You guys go out there and check out Criticless. Make sure you're look, if you guys got opinions on movies, do not go waste your time on Rotten Frickin' Tomatoes, right? Go over here and do funny things like I do with the Marvels. I still had that up. But go over here to Criticless. And this it's a great website. It's a lot of fun. I need to get more into using it. We're going to get the Force Light girls, and by that I mean specifically Michelle, because I know Natalie's never going to do it. But we're going to. Michelle was traveling this weekend. I was like, because I even asked her last weekend when I saw her in Tennessee, did you ever get Blaine to set you up? No, I got to do that. I'm like, okay, we need to get this done.
Yeah, we got to get him on there.
And the other thing, more good talent on there
that a lot of people don't, whether they do or don't know, is, I mean, this thing is a whole self-funded operation. The app, the website, all of it. So it's like we're bootstrapping this thing. So we love all the support, and everybody that's been using it up till now, thanks a ton. And for everybody using it in the future, thank you as well. Because this community is popping off, it's growing, and it's already, it's even just in the past 6 months that we've seen so much growth, and it's awesome to see, and watching you guys review things. And a lot of this place has become a lot of people's main social media that they use. They just use Criticless now. They go in the groups and all of that and just do reviews and don't go anywhere else.
I scrolled down. I'm like, somebody just reviewed Grandma's Boy. I'm sorry. That is one of the best.
We're doing it tomorrow on Monday.
Are you really?
Oh, we're doing it tomorrow on Monday Hangover.
Oh my God, that is one of my favorite comedies of all time. I don't even remember how I first found that movie. I think I was like, my wife and I were just sitting around one night, like, what is this? And we turned it on the TV, and I remember we both, like, tears coming down our face, dying laughing at this. This is one of the best, like, Adam Sandler adjacent. It's that crew, Nick Swardson and all those guys. It's like, oh God, it's so funny. And
Oh,
like
yeah.
if you've never, the first time you watch it, you're going to be choking. Matter of fact, wait a minute. You mentioned Grandma's Boy. I used to play this at the beginning of the show.
Are you ready? Oh, please. Line up, you nerds. Who wants a shot at the champ?
Ugh.
It's so good. It's so
such a
good.
great movie.
I still quote it. It's just like, sit on my face. Like, just it's so stupid. It's such a stupid movie. I love it.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Doge Pal for 2. Mario reaches $1 billion. I know I saw this. We didn't have a chance to get to it. I'll do some videos this week. Reaches $1 billion this weekend. We told you it would finish between 1 and 1.1 billion. It's doing it. U.S. outgrossed Zootopia 2. Well, Zootopia 2 was like $700 million in frickin' China. I mean, that's where that movie's big nut came from. Even though Disney only got like 20% of that back, they might have gotten 150 million out of the 700 back from China. Packing Protons for 5. Tonight's stream brought to you by Chrissy Meyer. Drama brand drama and the letter M. Oh God. Thank you, Packing
D
Protons.
is for drama. That's good enough for me.
I don't know if there was
D is for drama. That's
there
good
drama?
enough for me. No,
I don't know if
I'm
there
just
was
kidding.
drama.
Cookie
Yeah, I was
Monster.
like-
C is for cookie. You get the idea.
Like, yeah, I don't think there was much drama here. It just, but it's me, so there's always something. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out. We're gonna get on out of here. Chat. We'll see you on the next one. Check out the video from today. Check out Criticless. Oh, by the way, Blake, I was like, oh wait, y'all are doing a show now. When is your show?
Yeah, on Criticalist Cast, Thursday nights at 7 Eastern, we do Criticalist Cast. We review a lot of criticated movies is mostly what we do, and it's been a ton of fun. And it's really great to find out how many movies the critics hated and that did not do well in the box office that are excellent. So that's a lot of what we do. But yeah, and then these new films that are coming out, I try and see them before everybody so I can give y'all a rundown. So yeah, Thursday nights, come hang. We have a live show, like multi-camera, same room, multiple guys kind of a thing. It's fun. It's different than everybody else kind of does. So we have fun with it. It's been fun to do. So on Criticalist Cast.
Awesome. All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Stay tuned until then, and more to come later.